Hello and welcome back to #CorpStatChat. In this episode, we're going to be talking about question number 7, which deals with grouped mean and group standard deviation from our midterm review. Let's get started. So a local running club kept a record of the frequency with which its members ran. The data is below. So we have days ran per week, which is 1, 2, 3, the whole way up to 7. The number of runners who ran that many days in a given week. So what we're going to do here is do our grouped mean, because what grouped mean does is allows us to save some time and effort. Because if we had to talk about all of these people, which are 93 people, it would take us a long time to actually do a table which represents all of the standard deviation and all the mean, right? So we'd have to calculate out each individual person, every single deviation, square all those, and it would just take a very, very long time. So what we're going to do instead is group these data. Now, we already have these broken down into classes, and if we would have ranges of these classes, our x would be our midpoint in this case. But we've already done that. We already have x is 1, x is 2, x is 3, and we have our frequencies. So this is really tying in histograms with our idea of standard deviation, because that's what we're doing here. We're taking a set of data, so you could do this with histograms as well. You can create standard deviation and mean, or calculate those based off of a histogram or a frequency table. And that's what we're going to do. So what we have to do is we calculate this a little bit differently. And if you take a look at the function or the formula that we use, the sum of the squares times f. So everything relates back to how many frequencies, right? And I'm going to divide by the total number of frequencies, not the total number of x classes here. We're dividing by the total number of frequencies. Okay, so I have my x column, I have my f column. Now I got to multiply each one of these. So as I multiply these out, just note that you're just taking the x times the f. We're going to use this information because this is the column that we're going to calculate the mean from. Okay, so 14, we got, didn't want to do that, we got 45, we got 88, we got 150, we got 60, and we have 35. Okay, now what we have to do is to calculate the mean, we take x times f, which we already did. We're going to sum up this column. Okay, so we are going to sum all this up. And when we sum all of it up and divide by f, which the total number of frequencies is 93 in this case, 93. So let's go ahead and sum those up. So I got my handy dandy calculator. We're going to take 4 plus 14 plus 45. 45, there we go. Plus 88, plus 150, plus 60, and plus 35. Okay, if you can see it, we get 396. We're going to divide by 93, which is the f column all added up, and we end up getting 4.26, roughly 4.26. Okay, I'm going to put that mean down here. So roughly 4.26 is our mean, and what we're going to do is actually go through here and type this out. So remember, we take all this mean because we're going to find a distance or a deviation away from our x values. So 4.26, and I'm just going to continue this down just like we did last time. So again, the process here is very similar to regular standard deviation and regular mean, but we calculate it including this f, or this frequency. Okay, let me finish this up. Okay, now we're going to take the differences between these, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually finish out this entire table. I'm going to pause the video. You can do the same right now if you want to, so we can save some time here. So you can check your work. Remember, you're going to multiply this last f column by the f here. So this last x minus x bar squared times f is the sum of squares. Well, not the sum of squares, we're not going to sum it just yet, but the squares of each of these differences times our f column. So I'm going to pause the video now. Okay, so you can check these out. Double check your numbers if you follow along and fill out the table yourself. So we have our x minus x bar column just like we did before, but remember our x bars are grouped mean. So we threw our frequencies in there and calculated this out. Then we had x minus x bar squared, so we just squared this column here. And then what we're going to do is multiply the f times our x minus x bar squared. And we end up, when we sum up this last column, because we're going to take the sum of our frequencies times our squares, we're going to get 187.81. So I throw that into my standard deviation formula, where I just take the sum of our frequencies squared, divided by our sum of our frequencies minus 1. Remember, it's a sample. So we have 187.81 divided by 92, not 93, and we're going to take the square root and end up getting a standard deviation of 1.43. So the average the average distance to the mean is going to be 1.43. Okay, hopefully this has been helpful. Check out the next video where I extend our ideas of the midterm and answer some more questions. Okay, talk to you later, guys. This has been #CorpStatChat.